How's it going, everybody? I'm Mr. Bo, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys a load of brand new shaders you are going to be able to acquire when the Taken King comes out next week. Now, not all shaders are here. For example, the King's Fall, the brand new raid, there is no shader for it at the moment. Whether there is going to be a shader and they just want to keep it a secret, we'll have to wait and see. I don't also have the Osiris Arsenal pack shader because I did not pre-order digitally. And I do not have the 3 exclusive shaders you get with the collector's edition because, again, I did not pre-order digitally. So I will show you guys those shaders when I get them, but at the moment these are going to be all the shaders you can get through the Cryptarch quests and through other means. So I am probably going to butcher some of the names of them here, so excuse that, but let's take a look at these in a little bit more detail. Firstly, we have Beltane, which looks to be a sort of dark brown with a lighter brown, and then a sort of orangey red accent to it, which looks fairly nice. That is obtained through the Old Hunger quest. We then have the Vina Carver, and as you will notice here, I'm actually using the Purifier robes, and there was an update which allows shaders to affect some of the exotics now, so that is why I can use this, and you can see the shaders on it. We have a sort of reddy pink shader there with a tint of turquoise and what looks to be a dark brown. That looks alright. We then have Autumn Splendor, which is a bright orange, a dark blue and a sort of grey. Not something I think I would usually wear, a bit too bright for my liking. Yeah, I prefer the darker shaders. We then have the Tristesse, which is a blue, is it, shader? Oh, yeah, very light blue and a yellow shader. Again, something not that I'd be wearing whilst playing. It does match the Awoken though, that one. We then have a legendary shader, which is the Lion Dancer, and this one looks a bit like McDonald's. Looks like the photoshopped picture someone made a while back when the Osiris Arsenal pack got announced, like sort of promoting a McDonald's shader, and that is what this looks like right here. Probably the worst shader out of all of these, in my opinion. We then have Valskagard. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. But it's dark green with a sort of lighter green underneath. I'm actually really liking this shader, and I think if I unlock this from the Cryptarch, then I might use this. It looks fairly decent with this outfit as well. Moving on, we then have the Antique Land, which is a blue shader. Similar to Double Banshee, but a lot nicer than Double Banshee. Double Banshee is a bit too shiny for my liking. So we have the blue with a darker blue underneath, and then this sort of white light grey colour. We can then move on to Feud Unfading. Now this reminds me of the Osiris Arsenal pack shader. Again, I haven't seen that shader, but just from the little logo. So it's a dark black with a red and then a white underneath. Again, a very nice shader, and one I will definitely be wearing when I unlock it. A lot of these shaders seem to have white in them, which is actually nice to see. Chalcedony, is that how that's pronounced? White with a sort of turquoisey colour and then an orange. I wouldn't usually like this kind of shader, but I think this actually looks fairly decent. It might look a lot nicer with different armours. I'm just using it on the armour that I currently use in game, so when you use it on your character with different armours, it might look a lot nicer depending on if you're a Titan or Hunter. That is, of course, if you're playing as those characters. We then have Yes the Night, which is a dark blue, a lighter blue, and then a red. Is that there isn't much of that red there, it's just a little hint, and then there's white underneath. We then have Anahata, which looks to be green. Yep, very bright green. Again, I'm not a fan of these bright colours, but some people are, so that is that shader for you. It gives you sort of a camera look underneath. Doesn't seem to be on top though, so that is cool. Now there is a second page which I'll go on to in just a minute, but I do want to point out 2 brand new shaders which aren't actually classed as the Taken King. So the Trials of Osiris is going away for a little bit, but when it comes back it's going to include 2 brand new shaders. We have Amduat Ink, which is a black and yellow shader, but for some reason it also has white on it. So if you like that, you can use that, and you'll be unlocking that through the Trials of Osiris. And then we have Abydos Common, which again is a Trials of Osiris shader, And out of all the Trials shaders, that is my favourite looking one there. So that is cool to see that they've added those in here so you can see what they look like. We don't know when the Trials is going to be coming back, but hopefully it comes back soon. So then we have the brand new shader which is called Cyan Stars, which is gotten from the Strike. And this is a very bluey, greeny, turquoisey colour with a black or a dark brown there, and then sort of a yellowy gold, which looks actually alright. We then have Burnt Marshmallow, or Marshmallow, if I get that word right, which is white, a bright white with a sort of camo print on it, and then a yellow with a sort of a reddy brown there, which actually looks okay. That white is very bright though. Looks like a sort of Trials of Osiris shader, that one. We then have Mostly Cloudy, which looks to be a silver and blue shader. That looks fairly decent. Not really liking it with this outfit, but again, you could change your outfit around and maybe it'll look a lot nicer. We then have Chanson de Guest, which looks to be a Crucible shader. Let me just check what that was. Yep, Crucible shader. You can tell by the bright green neon-y colours and the blue. All the brand new Crucible armour actually has that sort of colour to it. I'm not a fan personally. And then we have Debt Unpaid, which looks to be sort of brand new red shader, but has a grey to it and a camo print grey at that, which looks actually very nice. We then have some brand new shaders from Eva Levante. We have Atlanta 5055, or Atlantean, sorry, which has a not very much camo print, but sort of print on that with the blue and a red with a dark blue shoulder piece. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not really a fan of any of the new shaders that she sells, because we then have Blue Marble, which is just like horrible colours mixed together, green, blue and white. Not a fan. And then we also have Chrysanthemum, maybe that's correctly saying that, I'm not sure, which is yellow and green. That's like having sweet corn and peas on your plate at the same time. Not liking that. So those are all the brand new shaders. Now as you can see up here, we have a raid section, and for some reason the Queen's Web shader is actually here, even though it's not technically a raid shader. But I'm assuming this would be where the King's Fall shader will go. If there is one, I would have thought they maybe put it up here as they put up the emblems in the ship, but maybe they are keeping the shader as a surprise, which I could see them doing. And then obviously in promotional, that's where you're going to see the Surus Arsenal Pack shader, as well as the three, I think it's an orange, purple and blue shader you get for the collector's edition. But those are all the brand new shaders there. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think is your favourite. What is your least favourite out of them? What kind of shaders do you prefer? Do you prefer the brighter colours or the darker colours? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys missed my previous video in which I went over patch notes for the update of 2.0, which went live yesterday, introducing a load of this stuff, then you can click the link on screen or in the description below. Feel free to give the like button a big old hug and subscribe for tons more Destiny content and coverage. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.